Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. You know, many of us are gravitating toward holistic medicine, just more natural approaches to healing. Instead of going to a traditional doctor and getting a prescription, which is basically just going to take care of the symptoms, but not the root cause. Part of this holistic healing is herbal medicine. And we're going to talk with somebody who has a vast knowledge in that, as well as acupuncture. And we've had some deep conversations about acupuncture in the past. She's located in New York City. It is Dr. Kelly joining us on the program. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. Steve, how are you?
Very well, very well. And it was a year ago that I discovered the power of herbal medicine. And I wish I didn't wait. I believe a lot of us feel that it's a couple of plants mixed together. What's that going to do for us? But many of us forget that the medicine that we take today actually came from plants, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's right. A lot of herbs actually originally it's just the food or seasoning in the kitchen. So, for example, ginger, garlic, spring onion, they all use in the kitchen to cook.
It's amazing. Even some of the essence. Well, I'll tell you my story just to illustrate and use me as an example. So I had some digestion issues a year ago, and it was probably 6-7 years before I had an ulcer. A minor one, but I didn't know what it was. So I'm thinking, okay, the ulcer is back. I reach out to a master herbalist. She makes this concoction of marshmallow root, cat's claw, and catnip. I have no idea what I'm taking. She goes, take that and some aloe vera drink that has pulp in it to coat your stomach. And very honestly, it was getting to the point where I was actually going to go to the hospital. It was so uncomfortable. I don't know what's going on here. So I took her herbal medicine, and in 3 days, it was completely gone. I felt fantastic. And I was taking Nexium and all of those over-the-counter prescriptions, and nothing was working. And whatever catnip, and it did the job. And eventually, I got scoped, and it turned out to be slight diverticulitis and gastritis. And it's all fine now, all completely resolved right after that. But that's just an example of the power of herbal medicine. Do you have some examples of you working with somebody and how it changed their life?
Yeah, actually, I have a patient, a little bit similar with your story. So before he came to me, he went to his medical doctor, did all kind of tests because he has the pain, start from his throat all the way down to his stomach. He felt the pain, it's burning. He couldn't even fall asleep. So that is so much pain. But the doctor did all the tests. They said, we didn't find anything wrong. So nothing wrong, actually. But he's like, but I feel the pain. It bothers me. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. The doctor said, during the test, we didn't find anything wrong. So the best we can do is give you some painkiller. But that painkiller didn't help him. So somehow he found me. He told me the story. He said, Dr. Kelly, can you help me? This is so much pain. I couldn't even fall asleep. I cannot go to work. I feel sleepy during the work because the bad sleep. I said, sure. So I check his tongue. His tongue is really dry. In general, a healthy tongue should be a little bit kind of like pink, but not so dry.
Right.
His tongue is very red. In Chinese medicine, that is a lot of internal heat. So I check his pulse. His pulse is rapid. That's another indication. But interesting enough, usually people have an internal heat. They should be feel warm, right? Their whole body warm. But his feet, he said, Dr. Kelly, my feet is always cold, especially the bottom of the feet. I have to wear socks when I go to sleep. So I said, you have a very complicated case. So you have heat and cold. So it's a complex. It's not just simple, you have heat, then we can just clear heat, right? Or you just have cold, they warm you up to get rid of the cold. But he had both. So it's a little bit harder to treat. But Chinese medicine is powerful. So I use acupuncture plus some herbal formula. And it's a very simple formula. It's called the 左金丸. 左 is like left. 金 is like metal. So it only have 2 herbs.
Wow.
So the herbal formula has only 2 single herbs. One is called 黄连. 黄连 clear the heat. The other herb is called 吴茱萸. 吴茱萸warm up. So because the herb is a formula, so it's clear some heat, but also warm him up from the middle jaw, from the bottom. So in that way, it's a formula. It's not only like a single herb, just clear heat or just warm up. It does both. That solve his problem after, I don't remember how many treatments, maybe like around 3 or 4. At the first treatment, he already feel good. He feels so much better. He feel like relaxed. He felt more, he had more energy after the treatment. Because the acupuncture I did it, I started, from the throat all the way down. So bring the qi down. So clear the heat from the top, but warm up from the bottom. So now he doesn't have the acid reflux anymore. He doesn't have pain anymore. He can fall asleep. He can go to work. He's very happy.
What was your diagnosis of what he had going on?
So actually, to me, the root. So Chinese medicine always treat root, right? The root is he has stress.
Stress? Did you say stress?
Yeah, he has a lot of stress at work. He's I think he's an engineer, so he need to do a lot of projects, leading the team, and especially at the end of the year, he had to finish a lot of projects. So as a leader, he has a lot of pressure to finish the bigger project. Mm-hmm. But he's a smart guy, very smart guy, and very nice, very smart. But he has a lot of stress. He has daughter and son need to support. He has a father. Usually the husband and dad usually have a lot of responsibility to take care of the whole family.
Sure.
So he has a lot of stress from work. So that stress actually transform into the heat in his body. That's why he feel the burning pain. So it's very interesting when you think about the stress is invisible, right? It's emotional. But emotional, invisible stress can later transfer something to physical, like the pain he felt burning him. And some people even I have a lawyer actually. One day she called me and said, Dr. Kelly, I just cannot move my neck. Can't come in. So his work is very close to my office. So I said, sure, I can see you, very early, because her job is also very stressful as a lawyer. So I said, oh, did you have anything like you went to gym or you lifted something heavy? She said, no, it just literally from stress. And just suddenly one day, actually yesterday, she said, I just couldn't move my neck. She's only 30, early 30s, so not old at all. But she just suddenly the stress just overwhelmed her. She literally couldn't move her neck at all. So that's why I said the emotional stress can literally transfer something physical to our body, made our body have pain. The acid reflux patient and the lawyer, they basically all from stress.
I didn't tell you that my situation was from stress.
Oh, see, you proved also, right?
I knew what it was. I knew it, and it was from stress the time before. But yes, it was stress. And before that situation arose, I can't believe you mentioned this. I had same kind of thing in my neck. It was just uncomfortable. I'm like, what's going on? I had lymphatic drainage. I figured I'd do a massage, whatever. Didn't make a difference because it was stress. And I didn't even know what it was, but I believe it was just reflux that was just hanging out down here, but made it very uncomfortable. So again, like you said, all stress. What herbal remedies, since stress is so prevalent in our lives, what herbal remedy would you suggest we take to minimize stress? Is there anything?
Yes, actually, there are two formula usually we give to patient if they have a lot of stress. One is called 柴胡疏肝散. So it's a very popular formula. The other one called 逍遥散. So they both can release stress. So a little bit different is 柴胡疏肝散 is like, when you have stress, you even have the pain, like on the, hypochondria, like your ribs.
Right.
You feel the pain, you couldn't breathe. Some people even say, I feel my chest is so painful. They have a heart attack. That can be, from stress. So actually, I have another patient. She literally came to me and said, Dr. Kelly, I think I'm having a heart attack because it's so much pain and it's relating to my back. I couldn't breathe. So same thing, I check her tongue, check her pulse. I said, the pain is not from your heart. You have stress, the stress leading to the pain. That's why you have the chest pain. Kind of like a little bit like a heart attack. But, I said, no, you're not having a heart attack. So don't worry, because she was so worried.
It added to the stress.
Exactly. She like, should I go to a hospital? Like, I just feel like, I said, no. You don't have a heart attack. So it's from the stress. Stress can literally do like so much hurt to our body, make our body so much pain. So 柴胡疏肝散 is very good when you have stress and you have the pain literally on your body. That's one of the formula I gave to a lot of patients, actually including like acid reflux patients. So I said take these two formula because the root reason is, you have stress. So we need to get the stress out. So of course we can try to work out on ourselves, say, okay, I don't have stress, but it's very hard, right? It's very hard when you're at work, your boss is like, oh, the deadline, you need to finish this, you need to give it, you need to hand it out. It's a lot of stress. It's very hard to manage.
Yes. I mean, it's been said for years that stress kills. It's true. And this is my belief, and I love your opinion. You may have dealt with stress 5 years ago, but it'll manifest in your body years later. It will show up. It gets into the cellular level. So it's not just, I'm stressed out right now. I believe it can bring on disease and other things years later if it's continued long-term stress. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Steve. Actually, stress can not only, due to current of your health, but also later on in the future, right? Sometimes you hear the story like a big guy running a big company got cancer, right? That cancer actually from stress. So then he finally thought about it like, oh, okay, it's from my stress. I just don't do my work anymore. That guy actually, he's not even young. He's like 60, around 60 something. He diagnosed cancer. He like works so hard, like 3 a.m. If somebody send him an email, he will reply right away. That's how hard he worked. That's why he got cancer, because he just worked too much and too much stress. So after he found out he got cancer, he like, okay, I need to slow down. My life is just too crazy. So I think he let somebody else leading the company. He just went to, some holiday, vacation, relax. So his cancer was gone. Later on, he came back. He's totally healthy. He like, I will never, ever work until like 3 a.m. anymore.
Yeah. Is there any side effects with herbal remedies?
To me, I don't think there is really side effect unless the herbal formula is not accurate. Not really, like, for example, the patient's the formula I gave to him, like 左金丸, right? It's a very simple form, only have 2 herbs. If it's accurate, I don't think there is any side effect. But of course, if it's not right, it may like doesn't help the symptom. Or if it's like totally wrong on the opposite, it may like make the symptom worse. So that's why we need a lot of knowledge about it and practice. So then you give the correct formula.
When somebody comes to you and you have a pretty good idea of what they're dealing with, and you're going to mix up some type of herbal remedy, are you doing that? Are you mixing it for them?
Actually, the one I'm using now is just pills. So it's already pre-made.
Oh, wow.
It's a simple, very easy. You drink with water, like doesn't really have any like bitter taste. So also the pill is very mild. In that way, it doesn't do any hurt. Like not gonna hurt you or do any harm, So I don't think really the herbal formula can have any side effect. So usually I will tell patient, take like as prescribed on the bottle, take 8 pills each time to say if you don't feel anything wrong, continue take it. If you feel something funny, don't take too much, take half. Or let me know, we can adjust it.
Wow. I didn't even consider pill form. I mean, I've got something over here that from my herbalist, and this was, I can't even read what's on the bottle, but I had some throat issues. I had acute laryngitis about a month ago, somewhere around there. And she mixed up something. I know that echinacea was one of the things in here because I was coming off of having a some type of virus. Now I'm curious what's in there. Let's see. It is again, marshmallow root, peppermint leaf, echinacea, and I'm not even sure how to pronounce this other one. What are some of the most popular ones that I'd like? Ginger. Like it seems that ginger is so universal for many, many, many things.
Yes, you're correct. Ginger is very popular. And what's the color of ginger?
Say that again.
What is the color of ginger?
You're asking me what is the color of ginger?
Yeah.
Well, I've gotten fresh ginger and I've mixed that in some tea, whitish, little brown, very tan, light tan.
Yeah, like yellow, right?
Okay, sure.
Yeah, so ginger basically yellow. So in Chinese medicine, all the organs we have a color. Like I have actually my nail is a Chinese medicine nail. I have all the 5 elements on my nail.
Wow.
Yeah. So earth, which is stomach and spleen, that's the elements. So stomach, spleen, we call it middle jaw. The element is earth. The color is yellow or orange.
Huh.
So when you take something yellow or orange, it's kind of like related to your stomach and spleen. So it's good for your digestion. Like ginger is yellow, right? Kind of like a yellow. So when you take ginger, like you drink ginger tea, or when you cook, put ginger as seasoning, that can help your digestion. So that's why ginger is so popular in the kitchen, like in Asian family. If you go to their kitchen and they can find some ginger. Ginger is very helpful. So one the function it can help your digestion. The other function of the ginger can warm you up. Like for example, if you just caught cold, like outside it's raining, it's snowing, it's cold. You kind of like running nose, started coughing. You come back home, you cook some ginger, you drink it. If you can sweat a little bit. So sweat can release the cold. So then you will feel better.
Wow.
So yeah, that ginger is very powerful.
can herbal medicine do anything to reverse cancer? I'm sure it can support some of the symptoms that somebody might have, and especially from, certain types of treatment, but can it do anything about cancer?
Well, the thing is, in Chinese medicine, we are not allowed to say we can
Yes.
treat the cancer,
Right.
but we can say we can support. We can do some supportive treatment, like if people have cancer, like they went to surgery or chemotherapy, but they feel tired, like digestion is bad, we can do acupuncture or herbal formula to treat the low energy or the digestion. But we are not allowed to say, oh, we can treat cancer.
Right, right. What's your feeling about herbal medicine? I don't want to say treating cancer, and I get supporting because it supports some of the side effects and things like that. But unofficially, what's your feeling? Is it even possible for herbal medicine to maybe reduce cancer or attack it or anything like that? Again, unofficially.
Well, actually, I have a teacher actually, which I respect a lot. She is a great, like a master about the herbal formula. I respect her a lot. She is a wonderful, wonderful person. Actually, herself, she has some problem. I mean, health problem. And usually for other person, if they have the same problem like her,
Yeah.
they may already gone. But
Wow.
she is still healthy. She teaching. She like very active. Give a lot of speech. Talk about the Chinese medicine. Like you barely can say she's sick.
So I say makes you wonder if she's taking that, and
Oh, of course.
right.
She takes herbal formula because she's the expert. So she does take herbal formula because she's
Sure.
expert about it. I think that's the main reason why she's still healthy.
Yes.
I mean, for other people, it's already like gone.
And we're not saying that it can help, but here are the facts. I deal in facts. She's doing well. She
Yeah.
is very much into herbal medicine. Others may not have done so well or passed on. They didn't take them. Reasonable to think that maybe it did support her. I don't know. It's interesting. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's definitely can help. So that we're just not allowed to say we can treat it. But
Sure.
I think we can help for sure.
So
Yeah.
for you, Dr. Kelly, as an herbalist, can you work with people virtually if somebody describes what they're going through? Is it possible, let's say somebody's in another state, to prescribe something or mix something?
Well, the funny thing is there are so many rules and policies. So I think there's some policy about if the patient is not, like for example, I have lesson in New York State. If the patient is not in New York State, then there are some rules, can you or cannot.
Gotcha.
But if they are in New York State, I think we should be fine. But there is a lot of rules and policy and regulation about it. But the point is, if patient come to my office, I check their tongue, check their pulse, ask a question about their sleep, digestion, bowel movement, then you will get an idea what's going on. Then it's, so it's not really not possible, but basically according to, what's the symptom, like what the root cause, like ask patient, when did this happen? Did something happen triggered the problem? Right? A lot of people, they didn't even know. Like I usually ask, like something big happened, like in that year. They were like, oh, actually, one of my family member passed away or something. That's a big trauma over there.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's everybody's has a story, and as a medical practitioner, you have to find the story, because it tells everything as to what somebody's going through. To reach you, you're in the Upper East Side of New York City, is that right?
Yeah, 121 East 60th Street, 2A, New York, New York.
And your website, Kelly121acupuncture.com. Somebody wants to reach out to you. Fantastic talking about you. And we're both here to spread the word about herbal medicine and how it really supports us. And I kind of laugh inside knowing that acupuncture, herbal medicine, all of this great stuff has been around for hundreds, thousands of years. And people don't realize it, to use it, because we're so programmed to go to the doctor, get a pill, treat the symptom, not the root cause, and something holistically with many less side effects, no chemicals in your body, just seems so reasonable. And here it is, almost 2025, and we're still talking about it. So there's a reason. It helps.
Exactly.
Kelly, thank you so much for being here today, and also happy holidays to you and your family.
Thank you, Steve. Happy holiday to you too.
We'll talk soon. We'll be right back. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Of course my kid's in the right car seat. Well, I think he is.
Yeah, my kid's in a booster seat. He was ready to move up. He is ready, right?
Her car seat looks like the right size.
There are probably rules on when to move up to a booster seat, aren't there?
Rear facing, forward facing. I think I have it right.
Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Don't think you know you know. Go to safercar.gov/the right seat.
I know my child's in the right car seat, or else I wouldn't get in the driver's seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.